morning, you guys, and happy Valentine's Day. Today is Monday. It is right around 8 o'clock this morning. The kids just woke up. I just finished my workout for the day, and we have a super busy day going on today, and I thought I would have you guys tag along. I have some things that I need to get done in the kitchen. I need to make some sandwich bread for the week. I need to get dinner in the crock pot, and then I also am going to make some homemade donuts for Valentine's Day, and I really wanted to show you guys how to make those. So they're super simple. Just a little bit time consuming because you do have to fry each donut, but it's totally worth it. So other than that, we do have school that we need to finish. We haven't started yet, new week. And then we have a play date with one of our friends and then jiu-jitsu class right after. So it's going to be a super busy day. I don't know if I'll be able to do a whole bunch of filming, but I definitely wanted to be able to show you guys the homemade donut recipe. So the first step is I need to make sure that the kids are fed, and then I'm going to put the dough together for the donuts real quick. They need an hour to rise, and we'll get started on school in the meantime. So I'm going to head into the kitchen and show you guys how to put those together. So this is the recipe that I'm going to be using. This is the one I used last year. It's Homemade Donuts by Cowboy Kent Rollin, and they were super good. So the first step that we need to do is we need to get our yeast ready. So we're going to take 1 1/4 cup warm milk, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast. So we're just going to mix the yeast into the warm milk, and then we're going to let this sit for 10 minutes until it gets bubbly. So while we're waiting for our yeast to proof, we're going to sift some flour. We're going to sift 5 cups of all-purpose flour.
That's a lot.
Once you have your flour sifted, you're going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt and then whisk in your salt. Then we're just going to set this off to the side. While we wait for our yeast and we have our flour sifted, the next step is we're going to cream together 1 stick of butter, 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs. Next, you're supposed to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to use almond extract. And then we're just going to cream this together. And then we're going to add our yeast mixture. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bubbly. We're going to add that in. Then we're going to add our sifted flour and salt. Trying not to make a mess, but it's going to happen. Then we're just going to mix everything until it's well incorporated. So once everything is mixed up, you're just going to pour it out onto a lightly floured work surface. We're just going to knead this dough for about 8 minutes. So once you're done kneading, you're going to form your dough into a ball. You're going to spray plop that in there. Cover with a towel and place in a warm place and let rise for 1 hour. So while we wait for the dough to rise for the next hour or so, the kids and I are going to get started on school. Okay guys, it has been a little over an hour and our dough is ready. We're just going to plop it onto a floured surface. And then we're just gonna very lightly pat it down. And then if you need to, you can roll it out. So when we're rolling this out, we're looking to get the dough about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, once you have your dough rolled out, next we're going to cut the donuts. Today I'm using a 3-inch dough cutter, but you can also use a glass cup. And then for the center, I'm actually using a medicine cup. You can use a medicine cup or like a shot glass works just as well. So we're just gonna punch out these donuts. I almost forgot. You gotta dust your cutter in flour, and when you're pressing down, don't twist. You're just gonna press straight down. If you twist the dough, that will kind of mess it up when it goes to rise. So same thing for when you're cutting out the center of your donut. Make sure that you flour your cup. You're just gonna press it down in the center. That'll pop right out. And then you're gonna save this little bit so we can make donut holes. And then this is what the donut looks like. You're just gonna place it on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. All right, so I have all the donuts and donut holes punched out. The next step is we're gonna cover this with a towel again and let it rest for about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, so I have about 20 minutes until I'm ready to fry the donuts. I just made up some glazes. I did like a maple glaze, just a regular powdered sugar glaze, and then cinnamon and sugar. This kitchen is pure chaos. I've already started 2 loaves of bread plus the donuts, and now I need to get dinner going. Tonight we're just gonna do something simple since I have not been to the grocery store in a while. I have a 2-pound pack of ground venison that our friends gave us, and so I'm just gonna do like a pasta for tonight. So I wanna brown everything up, get it cooking, and then I'll transfer it over to the crock pot before we leave so it's nice and hot when we get home. So really quickly, I'm gonna throw that together. Put your shirt on. Okay guys, our hour is up and our donuts are ready to fry. I have my little workstation set up. I have a wire rack with some paper towels underneath to catch any of the extra oil. And then my oil right here is heating up to fry. Okay guys, it's time to fry up our donuts. This is gonna be kind of loud, so hopefully you can hear me. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna plop in our donuts and cook on each side for 1 minute. Okay, so all of the donuts are done frying. The lighting is a little off, but as you can see, like this one, I had my oil a little too hot, but it's fine. We'll just put a little glaze on it and it will still be delicious. Over here, I have all of the donut holes. I like to do mine with cinnamon sugar, and I find that if they're still hot, they're easier to get the cinnamon sugar to stick to. So For these ones, what I'm going to do is I have just like a regular powdered sugar milk glaze. And then this one right here is like the top, like the kind you would find on like maple bars. And then I have some sprinkles that we're going to add to the top. So this is kind of a messy part. I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod and we'll get these decorated. Okay guys, donuts are glazed and decorated. I'm gonna finish letting these cool and then we're gonna pack some up on a plate and take them to our play date today. Sauce for tonight's dinner is done. I'm just gonna pop this in the crock pot so that's nice and hot when we get home. Okay guys, it is 1 o'clock. We are loaded up in the car. We are gonna head off to the post office really quick and then to our friend's house for our play date. This morning has just been kind of a whirlwind. I don't even know where the time went, but I was able to get everything that I wanted to get done this morning, which is nice, but the house is still a mess, but it's whatever. We're gonna head off to our play date. I'll probably take a few clips here and there while we're there at the play date and then at jiu-jitsu, but other than that, I won't be checking in with you guys until we get home for dinner. Okay guys, so for the rest of the evening, I'm just gonna hang out and relax with the family. I hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day. I hope you were able to spend it with your family and your loved ones. I hope you guys try out that homemade donut recipe. But guys, thank you so much for tagging along today and we'll catch you on the next one.